Ito ang Broad Streamcast Communicators, ang naiba at kakaibang plataforma sa digital broadcast. Mula Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao hanggang sa iba't ibang dako ng mundo. Broad Streamcast Communicators, ang sandigan ng sambayanan mula sa walang labis at walang kulang na pagbabalita, paglilingkod, maglalahad ng mga mapagbuong komentaryo at usaping pambayan para sa kapakanan ng karamihan. Broad Streamcast Communicators, tuwirang maglilingkod ngayon hanggang sa susunod na henerasyon. Buhay Online, chikahan at kaalamang pangkabuhayan. Ating tunghayan, pakinggan at tuklasin ang mga pangyayari at kaganapan sa mundo ng online. Buhay Online, chikahan at kaalamang pangkabuhayan. Alamin ang pinaka-latest trends mula sa trabaho at kung hanggang saan na ang narating ng teknolohiyang ito. At ngayon, narito na ang ating host, ang ating Techie Mommy, si J.C. Bautista.
Hi! Happy Thursday! Magandang umaga! Hi, Jake! Dami-dami namang hearts niyan. Hello, Jake! Hello! Nice to see you! Bright and early. Ako late. Anyway, galing ako ulit kasi ng cementerio. That's right, cementerio. Nagpailaw kami ulit nitong aking fiancé dito sa Good Shepherd, dito sa Pampanga with our other lakap relatives po. Kasi na hindi nakapunta nung undas because nga sarado yung mga cemetery. So kanina nagpailaw kami sa mga loved ones nila, yung mga lakap family, tsaka yung mga Dalcoro family, tsaka yung kay Tito Jaime na grave. So, nandun po kami nag-breakfast, nag-picnic, para kami nag-picnic doon dito sa Good Shepherd. So, yeah. Sa mga hindi pa nakapunta, no? Ngayon yung mga time na pupunta sa cemetery yung mga tao kasi bukas na. Right? So, at least we went there like 6 o'clock in the morning, so hindi pa mainit. Tsaka wala pang maraming tao. Well, as we were leaving ng mga 8 o'clock, dumadami na yung tao. So, anyway, I'd like to welcome our friends to the show. Whoever's watching, because I don't see, ang nakikita ko lang na name ni Jake Elizar. Hello, si Jake ang ating very smart na estudyante at very artistic yan. Graphite artist yan si Jake. Dami-dami namang hearts, Jake. Love you too. Okay. Hindi pa tayo nakikita in person, pero I know one day I'm gonna see you, okay? Because I don't think hindi naman tayo malayo to each other. We can meet in the mall. Okay, Jake, dito sa Pampanga, punta ka. Open na kasi, di ba? Like I said, 36 provinces have opened up. Pero grabe, no? Some people here, yung iba namin dito mga kamag-anak tried to go to Tagaytay kahapon. Sobra daw traffic, hindi ka makapasok. Ito itong kapitbahay namin, nag-attempt sila pumunta sa Tagaytay at gusto mag-picnic doon sa picnic road. Umatras daw sila kasi hindi umaandar yung mga sasakyan. Ito nga nangyari because pwede nang lumabas yung mga bata, di ba? Kaya parang mga nakakawala sa koral. Lahat nagbiyahe, lahat naglabas. Even Boracay, my God, we were trying to book a flight for December. Wala. All seats taken. Of course, hindi naman full yung plane, pero yung allotted na pwedeng lumipad, Philippine Airlines or Cebu Pacific, puno. Okay? Pati Sky Ranch Pampanga daw, okay na. Kaya nga, Hi there, Joey Ortiz. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the show, Mr. Joey Ortiz. Salamat po sa inyong support. So, yun na nga, dahil bukas na ang lahat, ang mga bata parang nakakawala sa koral. Siyempre, kailangan social distancing pa rin, no? Kasi, alam natin, masaya tayo because bumaba na yung infections, pero if we're not careful, tataas na naman ulit yun kasi labasan na ngayon, pwede na lumabas yung bata at matanda. So, nadagdagan ang population na pwedeng lumabas at pwedeng mahawa at makahawa. So, please still observe those safety protocols, okay? against the virus, no? Tsaka ayun, magpabakuna. Kung di pa kayo nababakuna, please, go do and get your bakunas, okay? Because hindi biro, no? Na magkaroon ng COVID. As I said, sa akin, it's close to my heart because a lot of people that I know, hindi naman a lot. Marami akong kakilalang nagka-COVID na at nag-recover. Meron din naman akong mga 6 na friends already that passed away because of the virus. So please, it's real, okay? And it can happen to any of us na hindi nag-iingat. Yun na nga kahit yung iba nga nag-iingat, di lumalabas halos eh. Pero yun nga, yung kasambahay nila na lumalabas para mamalengke or bumili ng pagkain, wala silang choice, right? Eh, ayun na nga, nahahawaan yung pag-uwi sa bahay, okay? So, okay, what do we have on the balita? Well, from the Philippines muna, no? As I said yesterday, di ba? Nilift na yung curfew sa Metro Manila. Well, kung nilift yung sa Metro Manila, ito, Metro Manila mayors to lift the curfew today, okay? This is according to Business World, all right? The curfew in Manila, the capital and nearby cities, will be lifted today, November 4. The Metropolitan Manila Development Authority, or MMDA, said on Wednesday, okay? This would allow malls to extend operating hours to prevent the influx of shoppers during the holiday season. Sabi to ni MMDA Chairman Benjamin De Castro Abalos Jr., okay? Anticipating the influx of shoppers in time for the holiday season, we requested the malls to extend their mall hours to 11 p.m., okay? Ayan, so, bukas na ang malls hanggang 11 p.m. Starting when? Mr. Abalos said mall owners had agreed to adjust their operating hours by opening an hour later at 11 a.m. and closing at 11 p.m. to make the traffic manageable. Wow. The move, which the mayors of Metro Manila approved, would give both mall goers and workers enough time to get home. Yun na nga. Para nga naman, di ba, magkaroon ng panahon na umuwi kasi nga traffic tsaka sa mga nagtatrabaho. Okay? The Department of Health or DOH reported 1,591 coronavirus infections on Wednesday. Wow, Mumba. The lowest daily tally since February 24. Wow, 1,000 na lang yung number, so bringing the total to 2.8 million. Pero ayun, 1,000 na lang. My gosh. Pag yan bumaba sa 500, pag bumaba ng 1,000, siguro magno-normal na tayo, right? The death toll rose to 43,586 after 100. Ito lang. Ito yung pinakamaraming number ng deaths yata na nangyari sa atin sa isang buwan o sa isang araw. 186 more patients died while recoveries increased by 4,294 to 2.7 million. Okay? There were 38,014 active cases, 69.4% of which were mild, 5.2% did not show symptoms or asymptomatic sila, at 8.1% naman were serious, 13.87 were moderate, and 3.4% ang critical. Okay? Sinabi ng ahensya, 349 duplicates had been removed from the tally, o nagkakamali pa kasi ng pagbibilang, right? 330 of which were reclassified as recoveries and forward tagged as deaths. Nakikipag-contest ako dito ng boses dito sa kapitbahay ko na alas 10 na maaga pa lang nagkakaraoke na. Ano ba ngayon? Thursday pa lang, di ba? Nakakaloka dito sa parang nag-aatungal na dog. Buti sana kung pleasant yung kanta at maganda eh, pero oh my gosh. It's like a bleating, whatever, kinakatay na something. Anyway, I will remove the negativity. Kasi ang aga-aga, I was working, ang aga-aga nagkakaraoke na pagkagaling ko sa cementerio kasi I had to spend an hour or so working before I started my broadcast. But anyway, so meanwhile, the country's vaccine czar said the government aims to give out as many as 1.5 million vaccine doses daily starting November 20. 1.5 million na raw ang pamimigay or gagawing bakuna. Okay? We want to achieve 1 million to 1.5 million jabs per day starting November 20. Carlito G. Galvez told a taped cabinet meeting in mixed English and Filipino. The government would activate as many as 5,000 vaccination sites and use malls, schools, gyms, camps, and function halls of different government agencies, he said. Mr. Galvez said the state targets to fully vaccinate at least 90% of teachers, students, and other school staff. It also aims to fully vaccinate at least 70% of seniors, the vaccine chief said. Okay. Health workers should receive booster shots by the end of the month, he added. At the same meeting, President Rodrigo Duterte said he had ordered the police and military to use their choppers to fast-track the delivery of coronavirus vaccines to remote areas. Kasi unahin na rin, di ba? Yung booster shots natin kailangan nabigay. Sa Amerika, nagbibigay na ng booster shots. At saka, alam niyo ba, sa Amerika, hindi mararami yung pila masyado. Kasi kahit sa pharmacy, kunyari, sa mercury drug, nagbibigay sila ng mga shots. Lalo na yung flu shots. Hi there, Cynthia Buste. Good morning. Happy Thursday to you and to Jake and to Joey Ortiz and to the Lakap family, to Tita Agnes Lakap, watching all the way from Arayat. Okay. So the health workers should receive booster shots by the end of the month. At the same meeting na ito, President Rodrigo Duterte said he had ordered the police and military to use their choppers nga to fast-track the delivery of the vaccines. When the vaccines arrive in the country, the helicopters will take over and will deliver the vaccines to municipal governments. The president also ordered the Interior and Local Government Department to punish local officials who are not performing or using the doses given to them in the most expeditious manner. Paano naman nila nalalaman yun kung hindi ginagawa yan ng mga opisyales? Okay? I will hold each and every local government unit accountable for this. The health department said about 60.4 million vaccine doses had been given out as of November 2. Almost 28 million adult Filipinos have been fully vaccinated against the coronavirus. Health Undersecretary Mirna Kabotahe told an online news briefing. Okay, the Philippines began vaccinating children aged 12 to 17 nung Wednesday. Okay, nag-umpisa na po mula 12 to 17. Sabi ng DOH, the goal is to inoculate at least 80% of 12 million children by the year's end. Okay. Okay, ayan ang target. The program initially covered seriously ill children. More than 40,000 children with health risks have gotten their first dose as of Tuesday. Alright. The OH has recorded about 30 minor cases of adverse reactions such as rashes, headache, and anxiety reaction. 2 minors experienced allergic reactions, sabi niya. So 30 minor cases lang ng mga adverse reaction or side effects sa mga kabataan. Okay? The government aims to expand the coronavirus vaccination program to children aged 5 to 11 years old by early next year. Okay? The Health Technology Assessment Council and Food and Drug Administration have yet to approve the expansion. Metro Manila had the highest vaccination rate among all regions, while the Bangsamoro region in southern Philippines had the lowest. Okay. Okay, so matapos tayo sa ganyang balita, alright? Okay. In the Philippines still, okay. The other day, I think it was Monday, the Philippines was ordering Netflix to pull out spy drama episodes showing China's illegal dash line. Bakit tayo nakikialam sa China? Ba't hindi si China magpa-pull out sa Netflix? Hello? Tusan ba tayo ng China? Bakit Philippines ang ano? Okay, let's find out, alright? Let's find out the story behind this, okay? At bakit tayo ang nagpapa-pull out? Hold on. Netflix has pulled out 2 episodes of an Australian political drama after a complaint. Nagreklamo ang Philippine government for its, kasi kasali tayo doon sa story, okay? Okay? So, Netflix finally pulled out 2 episodes of an Australian political drama after may nagreklamo tayo ang Philippine government because of its depiction of China's illegal claims in the South China Sea, part of which is the West Philippine Sea, okay? On Monday night, okay, the Department of Foreign Affairs confirmed that the Movie and Television Review and Classification Board, or MTRCB, had decided to pull out episodes of Pine Gap in its decision dated September 28. After a thorough review, the board ruled that certain episodes of Pine Gap are unfit for public exhibition. Sinabi to ng DFA, okay? Pinaalis, okay? The decision came after a complaint from the DFA, or Department of Foreign Affairs. Department of Foreign Affairs. Oh my God. From the what is happening to me today, okay? The decision came after a complaint from the DFA, or the Department of Foreign Affairs, as the Australian series shows a map of China's 9-dash line claim over the South China Sea and violates Philippine sovereignty. Ito, nakatingin, yan. Meron kasing doon, may map. Tingnan natin. Yan, Scope of Chinese territory. The scope of Chinese territory, kasali tayo dyan. So, pinaalis ng Pilipinas kasi pinakikita, right? Pinakikita yung gusto niya ipamigay sa China, sorry. Okay? As of Tuesday, okay, this claim has been invalidated by the July 2016 arbitral ruling that ruled in favor of Manila, which Beijing continues to ignore. Tataon talaga naman kayong China kayo. Nag-ruling na nga yung United Nations, nag-ruling na nga ang in favor of the Philippines, ini-ignore nyo pa. As of Tuesday morning, 2 episodes of Pine Gap are no longer available in the Philippines. Sa Philippines lang tinanggal. Dapat sa buong mundo, kasi lahat sila is going to picture us like this. We should remove it not only in the Philippines, for all. Okay? In its video streaming platform, Netflix indicated that the episodes have been removed by government demand. Okay? Yan yung show, pangalan Pine Gap. Pine Gap is an Australian TV series on Netflix which revolves around It revolves around top secret US-Australian joint defense facility. Bakit nakasali tayo doon? Quoting the MTRCB decision, the DFA pointed out that the Australian show's portrayal of Chinese illegal 9-dash line was no accident, as it was consciously designed and calculated to specifically convey a message that China's 9-dash line legitimately exists. Sira ulo sila. Okay, kala nila. Such portrayal is a crafty attempt to perpetuate and memorialize in the consciousness of the present generation of viewers and the generations to come the illegal 9-dash line. So it's not true. Don't believe that, okay? The DFA said, citing the MTRCB. The MTRCB also called out China's unconventional approach to gain an upper hand in the South China Sea, West Philippine Sea issue using such a medium. Earlier this year, okay, ang Netflix has also removed the entire series in Vietnam over the same issue. See? So it's a sticky issue, okay? So kind of sensitive issue. According to a Reuters report in July, Hanoi's Authority of Broadcasting and Electronic Information said the violations of Netflix angered and hurt the feelings of the entire people of Vietnam. Ayun naman kasi, ang Netflix nagiging insensitive na sa plight ng mga tao. Please, rethink, okay? Alright, so that's what we have with regards to that, okay? So, Don't believe everything you hear and see on the net, please. Verify first before you go jumping for joy at good news, and before you're wanting to almost jump off the cliff because of bad news. Okay, so please verify, clarify muna the news bits that you read and will share. Okay, all right. Okay, next topic. As seen and read over the internet from Philstar Global. The Philippine economy in 2021. Di ba, kamustahin natin ang ating ekonomiya so far. The first quarter. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm a little bit sleepy because I woke up so early, like 3 o'clock. And I slept, well, I woke up at 3:30 and I slept at 1 o'clock. So lang, halos two. Let's look at the Philippine economy, all right? What can we say about it thus far, as where we are now? Well, ito, unemployment rate sa Philippines soars to 8.9% to 4.25 million jobless in September. Sad statistics, di ba? Nakakalungkot. But Philippine Statistics Authority data finds that 1.18 million Filipinos have been unemployed from July to September. Very sad, okay? The Philippines is not out of recession as gross domestic product in the second quarter grows by 11.8%. Sabi ito ng PSA Authority. Okay? So net primary income declined by 53.8% in the same period while gross national income grew by 6%. Okay. So alamin natin kung ano nangyayari dito. Why can't I open it? Alright. Okay. So never mind that, ay magbukas na. Okay? Let's talk about okay. On the internet, last time we talked about online scams, right? What is happening. So in between kasi, mag-feature na rin tayo ng mga ganito kasi may mga taong nagreklamo that they were na scam, right? Online, okay? There's another kind of scam online, di ba? And it is called starting a friendship, then getting in debt, okay? This was an article written a few days ago by Faith Argosino. All right, in Manila Bulletin. Okay, another kind of online scam: starting a friendship, then getting in debt. Okay, naintindihan natin. Of course, we all know that online is now the new normal place to do business, right? Meet friends, buy things for everyday needs, and yes, to indulge in leisure too. Okay, it is also where people are out to do a simple scam every now and then, right? Para lang sa kalokohan. Beware of very friendly persons who are fast to start a relationship, borrow money, and then disappear into cyberspace. Okay, please beware about lending your money. Okay, because the online world, as much as it is now a place where people do business, it is also where people set out to do a simple scam every now and then. Okay, beware of very friendly persons who are fast to start a relationship, borrow money, or then disappear into cyberspace. Okay. We're going to talk about men who have been scammed. As much as there are a lot of men scammers, there's also equal number of women who are scamming. In this story, I will tell you, okay, about how these people got scammed, okay? Kasi online is a normal place to do business, meet friends, but buy things for everyday needs. And yes, we can also indulge in our pleasures, okay? And because people now meet online, di ba? Dito na tayo nagtatrabaho, nabubuhay, nag-aaral, okay? Because people now meet online, scammers have found their way into that normal setting, okay? yung mga scammers nakapasok na dyan. Bakit? You've heard many forms of online scams, right? The ones that have cleverly enticed people to invest or purchase products that do not deliver half of what they promised in an online ad. Tsaka minsan, no, pagbukas mo ng package mo, hindi lang kulang. Minsan, ibang nakalagay. Diba? Like that Ninja Van issue, yung bato nakalagay. Kasi yung mga riders tuloy, hindi mo alam kung sila yung gumagawa niyan or may kasabwat. That's why I guess Uber and all those employing drivers and riders, please check nyo rin yung background check din kayo, okay? But if you have likely not heard of an online girlfriend who has been making the rounds in a social distance media, befriending men, even borrowing cash from them, then leaving them with only a Facebook account address. Okay? So, kaya nga, pag meron mga nagpapadala sa inyo ganyan, may nakikilala kayo na tinanong niyo yung email, hindi makasagot, at wala na raw siyang email, ano na kayo, take precautions, okay? Because nga, pati rin yan sa mga, the story, no? Itong story na to is a story that goes on and on sa buhay ng mga tao. Itong mga pina-friend ka sa Facebook, be careful. Because nowadays, ang dami-dami rin talaga nag-intrude. Di ba? sa messenger chat or even sa Facebook, there's buttons there to say, if you are in the messenger or sometimes, di ba, sa Facebook na lang, may mga mag-message sa'yo. Pag chinek mo yung messages mo, meron na parang, message ng taga-alabas. Makikita mo somebody wants to send a message, right? So, be careful answering those messages. That is outside of your chat windows, okay? This story started with a sad tale of woe of a young man, okay? Let me tell you a story ng mana scam, who related how a girlfriend had earned his trust and then left him with a debt of more than 6,000 pesos. So, salamat ka, 6,000 pesos lang yan, Diyos ko. Could be more than that. Literally, the shirt off your back yan, okay? He seemed to be an isolated case, a case of cyber love. But we soon found out that two other men had the same experience with the same woman. Can you believe it? So talagang rumuronda lang siya dyan sa online world para makagancho, right? Okay? And how did we find out? The two men started telling their sad stories on their Facebook accounts. Here's the story of these three young men. Be warned that you may be the next victim of the ghost friend who appears after making a loan which is sent to her or him through GCash. So, mag-ingat din kayo nung pinadadala nyo ng GCash. Okay? Alamin nyo kung kakilala nyo talaga. Okay? Itong nagpapadala or... Okay, isa pang story to. Si Franz, 24 siya, resident of Bulacan, said he lost more than 6,000 pesos. Bakit? What's with 6,000? It's all 6,000. What's with it? Okay? She said she lost more than 6,000 pesos to a love interest he met, lalaki pala to, sorry, in an international online broadcasting application called Live Me ba yan o Live Me? Live Me or Live Me? Basta yan tawag sa app, okay? He developed what to him seemed like a genuine friendship with a 29-year-old female streamer who started as his supporter. Slowly, she gained his trust, okay? She started to support my live broadcasts through gifts. These gifts were jewelry, which I converted to cash. That's how she gained my trust, Franz said in a phone interview with Manila Bulletin. The two became close friends, taking on social media frequently. Soon they developed a case mutual understanding. Franz thought the relationship leveled up when the female streamer asked him to keep her e-cash of 10,000. I trusted her more after she entrusted both her money and her Gmail account for safekeeping. Okay? Hindi ang bait na tinesting mo na. Although the relationship did not have a label, Franz said he felt the sincerity of a female streamer in between their virtual interactions. However, when he started to earn as a broadcaster, the girl began to borrow money from him. Oh, yeah. At first, she borrowed some load. Tapos ang sumunod na hiniram naman 2,500. until naging 6,000 plus na, okay? Uh, Franz admitted that he did not notice that the girl had started to avoid him and avoided the subject of paying him. Hello there, Tita Agnes. I see you now, Tita Agnes. Na-miss ka namin this morning. Nagpailaw kami dun sa mga lakaps and Del Coro, kay Apong Bidang. And we missed you. Nagpiknik po kami. We will go back daw, Tita. Alright? Tapos sama na ikaw. We missed you, Tita. Okay, so itong kinikwento kong scam story, right? So after he started giving the girl money, she started avoiding him. She would set the date of her payment and then it didn't come. It became a cycle until she became really totally cold. She would even throw a fit every time I gave the impression that I won't be able to lend her money. When his love interest suddenly ghosting him, ito yung ghosting, no? Yung pag meron kayong messenger or sa Facebook, di ba, pag may nag-message sa inyo, pag hindi nyo binukas yung message na yun, hindi makikitang scene. Pero, pag binuksan nyo na yung message at nabasa nyo, lalabas scene. Okay? Ano yan? Lalabas yung scene. So hindi siya sumasagot. Yung ghosting is, nakikita yung message mo, pero no response. That's ghosting. Pero ang nakakaasar, pag nakita mo, nabasa niya. That is totally rude, right? So, itong si Francie niya nangyari, she started ghosting him, and it took a while before Franz accepted that he had been betrayed or likely gypped or scammed. Okay, later he discovered posts about the female streamer who uses different social media accounts to scam other men. One of the guys who posted about the same scammer is Elias, a 22-year-old Manila resident. In an online interview, Elias revealed that he met the same girl in an online gaming community. Tamo, gamer pa pala itong scammer na babae na to. I'm a founder of Mobile Legends esports community, where she applied as a manager. She called me frequently, but I didn't return the calls because I was not interested in talking to her, not unless it's about the esports community. He shared in Filipino. Elias narrated, hindi naman Elias yan, Elias narrated how persistent the scammer was. Makulit daw itong scammer na ito. There was even a time when she desperately called him asking for money. Okay? Kinukulit ako. Then one time tumawag ulit. She's crying, tapos sabi niya, na-scam daw siya ng 20,000. Tapos gusto mangutang sa akin. Hindi ko siya pinahiram ng pera kasi malaki yung hinihiram niya. And besides, hindi kami magkakilala personally. She was so persistent. Okay, translation. She was so persistent in calling me until one day she called and she was crying. She said that she had been scammed and lost 20,000. She was borrowing money from me, but I didn't lend her because I don't know her personally. Okay, he said. According to Elias, he brushed the incident aside, but one day she volunteered to pay for the jersey prize of her community's monthly tournament. The prize was worth 3,000 pesos. She said that she would pay for the jersey prize of the tournament because it's our community's monthly. She asked me to pay for it first, but she didn't pay me back. When I asked for the money, she suddenly became cold towards the community, Elias said in Filipino. Like Franz, Elias researched about the girl, and discovered that she's a scammer through her posts. Elias then decided to post a thread about her, tagging other victims and posting screenshots of the conversations with the girl. So, ang lumalabas niyan, hindi lang pala silang dalawa, maraming na-biktima itong online scammer na babae na to. Siguro maganda, ha? Nakakapag-convince. This is a female gamer, okay? So, Elias decided to post a thread about her, tagging other victims and posting screenshots of his conversations with the girl. Another victim of the same male scammer was Kiel, a 28-year-old Quezon City resident who also posted about the same girl. According to him, the scammer was a friend's ex-girlfriend, okay? And she had tried to borrow 10,000 from him. Yeah, buti na nga, na-report siya. Okay? She borrowed money and told me that any amount will do because she's going to pay for her rent. Oh, her rent balance. I gave her 1,000 pesos. When I asked her for the money back to pay for my bills, she ignored my messages. So I posted about her. Okay, 1,000 is still 1,000. It's a small amount, but it's still money. Kiel said in Filipino. Okay, both Ilyas and Kiel received messages from other victims who reacted their experience with the same scammer. Apparently, the girl uses the same tactics with all the different guys. Well, okay. So, yan ang tactic niyan. She befriends them, tapos okay, kinakaibigan niya yung mga lalaki, tapos binahiraman ng pera, tapos mawawala. Okay? So far, those who have not yet met this female scammer, they are wandering around cyberspace, visiting media sites. Be warned, when someone borrows cash from you over a social media account, take the way of the ghost accounts, okay? Vanish. Salamat. Huwag niyong ano to, i-oblige. Huwag niyong payagan na maloko kayo, okay? Kung may lumapit sa inyo tungkol sa cyberspace na yan. Yes, Tita Agnes. I know. Pinaplano nga namin, Tita, yung outing right? But we hope, but on the weekends, maraming tao dyan sa treehouse, right? We should make it a weekday, okay? But anyway, all right. So that's my take on another kind of online scam, okay, which is the starting a friendship. You'll see that all in please check out the messenger or whoever your children are talking to kasi dyan sila masa-scam. Buti sana kung walang mangyaring masama like the other day in the news, I heard that a 5-year-old girl was kidnapped from their campsite. So her parents didn't give up, thinking that she was be still alive. And 18 days after she got lost, she was found again. I forget the city. Mamaya pag maalala ko. Okay? All right. Do you have any questions? Kung meron po kayong mga katanungan, please feel free to ask me here sa messenger ko or sa Broad Streamcast Communicators page. You can always make sure that you are assured that somebody's going to answer your question. Okay. Tumaas ng gas, diba? Okay. I have news in the international circuit. North Korea seeks to boost education with toy-like robots. Ano yun? Robots daw? Okay. A toy-like robot with scowling blue eyes, wala pang graphics, and a North Korean flag sold, okay, across its chest rooms around the classroom or a university in Pyongyang in a recent demonstration of tools aimed at helping children learn basic maths, music, and English. Okay? Yung pinakita na to na video, okay, is broadcasted by North Korean state television KRT, which also showed 2 other larger plastic robots, each with a vaguely humanoid experience. Okay, saan ba yung mga graphics nito? Wala. It's just the Korean flag. Okay, I don't have any pictures. Okay, so North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has been pushing for education reform in recent years by spurring technological and scientific innovation. I help teach educational technology that enhances children's intelligence, said the 80-centimeter tall robot in a female voice waving its arms. Okay, a second robot featured a smiley face on a screen embedded inside a white round head, while another wore a blue plastic suit and white rimmed glasses. The KKRT footage showed. Okay. All right. Park Kum-hee, a professor at the University of Pyongyang, okay, told KRT that the development of the educational robots had its challenges. Okay. Initially, with the robots often shaking their heads when asked questions in both Korean and foreign language. I guess they don't want you to talk to them. Okay. It was the words, okay, with regards to upgrading the job, okay, upgrading this robot's intelligence was difficult for me as someone who majored in psychology, sabi ni Park. It was the words of our respected Comrade General Secretary Kim Jong-un on adopting official intelligence, technology, and education that has always guided me on the right track. Okay. The KRT footage showed primary school students wearing masks, repeating after the robot in music, math, and English. So, robot na lang ang teacher, gano'n. Paano na tayo, right? The KKRT footage showed primary school students wearing masks reporting after or repeating after the robot in music, math, and English class. Hello, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. What's your name? Said two children. There, it's already done. Okay? Sabi ng, yung robot ang kausap, right? Two children in English na class. North Korea, okay, ang North Korea reopened schools noong June of last year, but made it mandatory for children to still wear masks in classes and washing stations were installed. Sa Japan nga, yung mga batang nag-aaral, pag nagla-lunchtime, hindi sila pwede mag-usap. So lahat sila dead calm. Habang kumakain, wala nag-uusap. Bawal, okay? So, it has been reported that the reclusive country has not officially reported a single coronavirus case, but it has imposed strict antivirus measures, including border closures and domestic travel curbs, and experts to have said that an outbreak there cannot be ruled out. So, nangyayari naman doon. Okay? Meron naman ganun pangyayari. Alright. Let me see if I've tackled the issues that I have on forward. Okay. Let's see. Yun na nga yan. So, pinaalis na natin yung. Let me just, hold on please. I'm sorry, bear with me. Sakit kasi yung mata ko. Okay, let's look at the Philippine economy. Natingnan na natin yan pa na. Okay. Alright. Tomorrow I will talk about in TikTok and the investment gurus that are involved in TikTok. So mahaba-habang usapin yan. I will just dedicate an episode to that. So I'll talk about TikTok and the investment gurus tomorrow. Okay? So let's just, okay? We finished this already, the online scam. Ayan, ito magandang balita to. On the national side, okay, national front, according to Manila Bulletin, yesterday, group asks DepEd to discuss about internet allowance for teachers. Talaga naman eh. Hindi lang teacher naman kasi, hindi rin fair sa mga nag-aaral sa bahay kasi internet at ilaw ang ginagamit, right? So, ito naman, yung the Department of Education or DepEd was urged to follow through on Malacanang's recent pronouncement that it will initiate a dialogue with a group regarding teachers. Call for 1,500 monthly internet allowance. Okay, this is a move to ask the president to subsidize at least 1,000 pesos of the internet fee. Okay, hindi biro kasi. The group expressed hope that the statement made by the presidential spokesperson Harry Roque will signal a change of heart to DepEd, especially in light of reports that the DepEd 349 SIM has arrived. So let's see what this is. Ano to? Wait lang ha. So sorry. Lumabas sa ano ko yung mga produkto. Kasi ang dami-dami nag-i-intrude ng mga ads sa Facebook, sa internet. Okay, the Alliance of Concerned Teachers or ACT on Wednesday said that they called on DepEd to hold a dialogue with its members. The group lamented that its requests for dialogue on the matter of I have not been granted. Okay, they feel, all right? Mhm. The group expressed hope that the statement made by the Philippine spokesperson Harry Roque, sinasabi nila na na makakapag-signal to ng change of heart for DepEd, especially in the light of reports that the DepEd 349 SIM has arrived. Nung Febrero, nag-submit ng petition to Malacanang for 1,500 monthly internet allowance signed by over 15,000 public school teachers, okay? Basilio added that soon after, ACT received correspondence that our petition was forwarded to DepEd. We've seen or sent several other letters to DepEd bearing various concerns of teachers and their education. Sector as a whole, including the provision of the said internet allowance, all with requests to dialogue, but unfortunately these have not been granted. Okay? So, going back to the main, the header of this article is, it says National News Tono, talk to us, group asks DepEd to discuss internet allowance for teachers. So, we're leaving it to DepEd, of course, to decide who shall get the allowance or not. Okay? Wait a minute. Mhm. Where's my next? Okay, North Korea. Napag-usapan na natin yung North Korea kung ganyan na gustong gamitin for AI. Anyway, so it's a Thursday. What are you guys up to? Of course, most of us, there are still a lot of us working from home, right? And some people have already had their first their exams. Hello there, Angelica. Happy Thursday, Angelica. It's nice to see you. Ngayon ko lang nakita yung name mo. But anyway, so nagda-dry yung throat ko, grabe. So yung sinabi natin, yung DepEd nga, sinasabi nila na bigyan ng internet allowance yung teachers. I think that's only fair to do that, right? Because really, they're the frontliners too. Wow! So in the news pala, 18 billion needed to grant internet cash allowance for teachers. So sinasabi nitong Manila Bulletin, na kailangan ng at least 18 billion. Okay? Needed. Ang kailangan para magkaroon ng internet allowance sa mga teacher, ang budget kailangan 18 billion daw. Wow! Granting internet allowance to public school teachers in cash requires 18 billion in public funds. Yan ang sinabi ng Department of Education. So that's why they said, okay na lang din mag-aral, pero kailangan dagdagan daw yung sweldo ng teachers kasi frontliner din sila, okay? DepEd, however, maintained that under its current budget, there is no existing legal basis and fund cover for such monthly internet or connectivity allowance. Okay, Clean Commission on Audit, or COA, circular number 2013-003, DepEd said that all payments without legal basis will be disallowed in audit by commission. Ako naman, hindi na siguro, para mahirap malaman kung lahat ng kotse ganun. Okay. Alright. Okay, so if you have any questions or you have any suggestions for topic to talk about, and if you have some resource people that you want to guest on my show, please feel free to drop me a line or via email, okay, which is techiemommy@gmail.com. That's my email address. Techie Mommy, Techie, tsaka mommy, isang word. techiemommy@gmail.com. Diyan niya ako pwedeng sulatan ng suggestions, right? Or mga constructive criticism if you need be, or of course, our alagas, okay? are there. So, um, please feel free na mag-email. Tapos, mag-email sa akin tungkol sa mga topics pa na gusto niya pag-usapan. Anyway, ang ating mga tanghalian ba ay handa na? What is for lunch today? Anyway, uh, parang, Christmas is just around the corner. But the air is, lumalamig po yung feeling ng panahon, no? Pero ang nakakaano dyan, parang for some reason, it somehow feels hopeful. Pero at the same time po malungkot na magpapasko na, nandito pa tayo sa pandemya. Lalo po tayo na mga malayo sa ating mga mahal sa buhay or nawala ng mahal sa buhay this past year. It's a little bit disconcerting or a little bit sad to think about Christmas at this time. But at the same time, there is a feeling of Christmas. It may sound weird, but the air feels so Christmassy. Parang, parang pag nandun nga kami sa cemetery kanina, being in the open air, it feels like there's no virus, you know. But the reality is, of course, we are still in the pandemic. So we just have to think about ways to keep safe during these holidays. I'm very sad that I won't be able to be with my Manila siblings and my kuya from Australia, my brother from LA, because last year lang we were all together for the first time in the same place in the Philippines for a reunion with our father, who unfortunately passed away in 2020, July. But anyway, on a lighter note, no, wag tayong maglungkot-lungkutan. Pero kasi yan nga yung ayoko ma-feel tong Christmas. The sadness, the loneliness, the longing, okay, to be with family and to be with people we love who we've lost. Pero life goes on for everyone talaga. Talagang ganyan ang buhay. You win some, you lose some. You live, you laugh, you learn, and then you die, right? It's a reality that we cannot avoid from happening. But as such, okay, all the more reasons for us to live life to the fullest, mag-enjoy ng buhay, hindi lahat ng bagay, pagtatrabaho or kandakubang pag-work. You make time for others, but more importantly, make time for yourself, right? Yan ang importante. Because at the end of the day, okay, there's still hope as long as we're living. There's still life to live, okay? Whatever remainder years you have, enjoy it, okay? So, at the same time, of course, huwag tayong matigas ang ulo. Pag sinabing kailangan mag-wear ng mask in certain areas, mag-wear ng mask. Kailangan mag-face shield. Pero yung face shield na, hindi na yan mandatory sa labas, sa outdoors. So, if you only go to certain establishments, right? Pardon me. So, in a nutshell, no, importante talaga as we talk about all these things, paano tayo nakakapag-broadcast, paano tayo nakakakuha ng balita as it happens, and it's all because of technology. Technology plays such a major role in people's lives nowadays, young and old. That's why we can't discount the fact why there are a lot of people who are totally dependent on the internet, which is not really good because we are going to have to learn how to sit back and pull back and get down to basics if we have to. Pag nawala yung teknolohiya, pag nawala na lang yung actually yung wifi or data or electricity, paano na lang tayo, right? And us being a resilient people, okay, we will find ways to keep ourselves busy. We will find ways to find food because that's what we are, okay? So thank you so much for joining me today. And I hope you don't forget that at the end of it all, three things should remain in our hearts. And that is faith, which is pananampalataya, hope, pag-asa. Pag mawala ng pag-asa, because like I said, each day that you wake up to a new day is always going to be a blessing. Because, just make sure to always pray also and be mindful of others and spread love all around. Okay? Thank you very much. Wait, there's a text question. Yeah. There are, okay, we'll talk about those things. Uh, the text message is, when are you going to talk about the subject of online education as far as the different kinds of online education? We will do that as a series next week. Okay? All right? Thank you for your question. And thank you very much again, everyone, for joining me today. This has been Jay Bautista for Buhay Online, talking to you about technology and the impact of it in our lives. But don't forget to join me again tomorrow at bukas po, Friday na. Tapos balik ko na po Monday. Alright? Have a good weekend at huwag magsiksikan sa mga excited lumabas na parang nakakawala sa koral. Please, please, please. Social distancing because pati yung mga bata baka mahawa. Thank you very much and I hope you have a nice day ahead of you. Thank you.
Inyong natunghayan at napakinggan ang mga makabagong pamamaraan sa mundo ng online sa pamamagitan pa rin ng Broad Streamcast Communicators. Hanggang sa muli, maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much.
Ito ang Broad Streamcast Communicators, ang naiba at